Welcome to the PrepNet, presented every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Talk2Me's Channel 14. Come join us to discuss everything about prepping and hear what others have done. What categories do you need to consider when preparing? What we'll cover here are the categories of items you might need to get or stock up on. This doesn't mean you will need to get everything I will list here, as each person's needs will be different. You will need to decide what you need. As usual, I'm preparing for the worst of everything, so there's a lot in the list. This list will be very general. We will never suggest a particular product to buy, such as Campbell's tomato soup. Instead, the worst we would say is buy tomato soup. We would more likely say buy soup. We will cover in more detail many of the items listed here in future nets. Documents. As has been said before, make sure your important documents and pictures are included in your bug-out plans. Don't forget your extra cash. Don't rely on your credit cards or your silver and gold stores. Water. You will need lots of water, but remember that water weighs 8 pounds per gallon, and 1 gallon of water takes up a 1-foot-sized cube. If bugging out, water will take up a lot of space and greatly reduce the amount of weight you can carry. Don't overload your vehicle. It would be better to have most of the water you will need already at your bug-out location than to try to carry a large amount of water to your location. This is where bugging in has an advantage. You will need water storage containers and ways to purify the water. Food. Here are the general types of food to stock up on. Canned goods, dry goods, such as rice, beans, dry pasta, and wheat. If you stock up on wheat, also known as wheat berries, you will need to run the wheat berries through a mill to obtain flour, cooking oils, Crisco, or lard. Remember salt, pepper, sugar, and the spices. Medical supplies might include first aid kits, extra bandages of various sizes, rolls of gauze, bandage pads, and medical tape. Horse wrap can secure bandages, but also can secure other non-medical things. Antibiotic and burn ointments, bug sprays, and sunscreen. Alcohol, peroxide, and hand sanitizer. Antacids, anti-diarrhea, and laxative pills. Aspirin, Tylenol, and Aleve for pain and fevers. Cold and flu tablets. Any prescription drugs and insulin you need. Remember to leave any prescription drugs in their original container that they came in from the pharmacy. Clothing. Have many sets of clothes per person, with many extra pairs of socks. Include clothes that are in excellent condition that no longer fit, as you can use these for either trading for other people with you, or you might lose some weight and be able to fit into them at a later time. Work boots would be better than dress shoes. You don't want to run around in the woods in flip-flops. Towels and washcloths. Don't forget coats, hats, and gloves. Shelter. Shelter could be sleeping bags, tarps, tents, campers, or camp trailers, if not a second home or cabin. Gasoline and diesel-powered equipment. For your gas and diesel-powered equipment, have extra fuel and extra engine oil, transmission fluid, differential and transfer case oil, and power steering fluid, air, oil, and fuel filters, radiator coolant and fuel additives, spare tires, a tire repair kit, and tire chains, jack stands, gas cans for extra fuel. The types of gas and diesel-powered equipment to have could be generators, air compressors, water pumps, rototillers, weed eaters, lawn motors. Tools. You should have tools to fix your vehicle and other mechanical things. All types of tools to work with wood, including wood-cutting tools such as axes, hand saws, and chainsaws. Extra nuts, bolts, washers, screws, nails, and other hardware. If you will have electricity, think about table saws, miter saws, radial arm saws, planers, lathes, drills, sanders, nail guns, or arc welders. Building materials. It would be helpful to have on hand 2x2s, 2x4s, and 2x6s, sheets of plywood and OSB, roofing and siding materials, metal or wood fence posts, fence wire, and barbed wire. You never know what you will need to fix or build. Security. We will cover this in more detail, but think about indoor and outdoor lighting, flashlights and headlamps, night vision equipment, extra batteries and rechargeable batteries, archery and/or firearms protection. Gardening. If you will grow your food, you will need garden tools, shovels, hose, growing pots, potting soil, and fertilizer. Seeds. Hunting, fishing and hunting equipment. Fire protection. Large water storage, which is not your potable water stores. Fuel-powered water pump. 3/4 inch, 1 inch, and 1.5 inch hose. nozzles and hose adapters, wildland hand tools, and/or a small fire truck. More details on this later. Reloading. For those who want to be very self-sufficient, here are some suggestions for reloading your ammunition. You will need reloading equipment: empty brass or shotgun hulls, small pistol, small rifle, large rifle, and shotgun primers and wads. Gunpowder suitable for pistols, rifles, and shotguns. Pre-made projectiles, bullets, and case lube. Lead alloy, bullet molds, and casting pots. And remember the reloading manuals. Reloading ammo is not for the faint of heart. If you can't follow safety protocols or the information in the reloading manuals, do not reload. Heating and cooking. What will you use to keep you warm? You could use camping fuel or propane-powered catalytic heaters. Warning: do not use anything for heat that is not approved for indoor use. Doing so could cause death. You will need to have extra camp fuel or propane cylinders. Wood for campfires, fireplaces, or wood-burning stoves. Fireplaces or wood-burning stoves must be properly vented to be used inside. Think about where you will get the wood from. Wood-burning stoves could be heating stoves or the wood-burning stove your great-grandmother cooked on. Both can provide heat and cooking. How will you cook your meals? Using camping fuel or propane-powered cook stoves, or charcoal or wood-burning cook surfaces. And in what? Pots and pans, Dutch ovens. Cast iron is best, though it is heavier. You'll need cooking utensils: plates, bowls, cups, knives, forks, and spoons. I know what you're thinking here. I would need a semi-trailer to carry all of these to my bug-out location. Yes, you would. My recommendation is to have a set bug-out location or bug-in so you can have many of your stores already at the location you will be at, so you don't need a semi-trailer to get them there. This should list most of the major categories of items you need to consider for your care and well-being. I was going to start our All About Water series topic next week, as you can go longer without food than without water. However, we have already talked a lot about water, so we'll start our All About Food series next week and cover All About Water later. The All About Food will be a multi-part topic. We will get down into the nitty-gritty of what you should consider in your food storage, how to store it, and how to use your food storage.